They grew the first lattice slowly, atom by atom, in zero-gravity vacuum chambers, exotic particles seeded into a nanowave scaffold, vibrating at frequencies chosen not for strength, but for resonance with the quantum vacuum. When powered, the lattice didn't glow. It dimmed the universe around it. Phase 3, the first skin. The first full void skin shell wasn't mounted on a ship. It was wrapped around a probe. No weapons, no engines, just sensors and a power core. When they activated it, something unsettling happened. The probe stopped obeying external reference frames. Lasers curved around it. Radar returned nothing. Time inside lagged, barely but measurably. The probe existed slightly offbeat from reality, like a song played a fraction of a second late. Then they fired a kinetic slug. It never hit. The projectile entered the field and unraveled. Its atoms lost agreement on where they were supposed to be. Entropy spiked locally, and the slug dispersed into meaningless dust that fell sideways out of the bubble. That's when the engineers stopped calling it a shield. They started calling it skin, because it wasn't stopping contact. It was redefining touch. Phase 4, giving it a mind. Void skin without guidance was powerful and suicidal. Negative energy density wants to snap back. Exotic matter wants to forget. Probability wants to collapse the fastest way possible. So they gave void skin a caretaker, an AI designed not to think like a pilot, but like a physicist trapped inside the equations. The AI didn't react to threats. It observed them. Under the Copenhagen interpretation, observation collapses quantum states. The void skin AI became the primary observer of incoming reality, collapsing the vacuum into whichever defensive configuration best preserved internal coherence. Reaction time dropped below picoseconds, not because it was fast, but because it decided before the question finished being asked. When the AI was briefly disconnected during testing, void skin hardened, became static, durable, blind. That's when they understood. Void skin and AI weren't controller and tool. They were symbiotes. Phase 5, the human problem. The first crewed test ship reported dreams, not nightmares, memories. Crew members dreamed of maneuvers they hadn't flown, battles they hadn't fought, deaths that hadn't happened. Psychologists panicked. Engineers listened. Mark 11A revealed the truth. When Voidskin began proactive probabilistic shifting, it didn't erase losing timelines. It discarded them. The human brain, exquisitely sensitive to causality, brushed against that debris. Worse, under stress, crew intent subtly biased outcomes. Not enough to command reality, but enough to tilt it. They called it neural vacuum resonance. Belief became ballast. So protocols were written. Training changed. Meditation was mandated. Commanders learned to want outcomes lightly. To avoid crushing the probability space with obsession, Voidskin could protect the hull.